obviously held on to that concept, but really got to a place where it's much broader than that, and people can really share it and move around and experience it in different ways.
Hey, how are you? Hey, what kind of challenges did this area present, considering you've got all these other activities and things going on at the same time you're trying to set up and then operate?
Well, I mean, Las Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. So, I mean, I think we knew that coming in, that there certainly is a lot of things going on in this town. But the amazing thing is they also, between the LVCVA, Raiders, the officials from Clark County and the county commissioners, the Metro PD, all of them get how to do a big event. So we've gone into some towns where it's been a little bit more challenging, honestly, where when we start talking about the scale and the size, here it was more, let's do it, let's figure it out, we get it, we know what you're trying to achieve. They were all in and tremendous partners. So we get that there's a lot of things going on, but it's just something that has been embraced, from day one, and we are fully confident that people will know we're here and will engage in many different ways with us over the course of the event.
Thanks.
Can you also just explain to us just how unique, this draft is in comparison to all the other ones we've done in the past? I mean, of course, you guys have really customized this draft here to Las Vegas, but anything else in regards to size, from the fan experience, any other uniqueness that you can really identify from this draft?
Well, one thing I will start with is just the amount of entertainment that will be part of this event. We have more entertainment acts that are going to just be a part of drafts than we've ever had in history. That shouldn't surprise any of you, as where we are. But it's also, when we started reaching out to a lot of the entertainment acts that either have residencies here or are local to this area, they're all like,
Thanks, buddy.
Where do we sign up? How can we be a part of this? And you're going to see tons of them over the course of the 3 days just be involved in every different way. So not only in traditional ways, like on our theater or on any of our stages, but also throughout the draft experience itself and other areas as well. So that's something that is certainly unique for sure to this event.
I would also add to that, the hospitality is tremendous this year, much bigger and broader than we've ever been able to do because of the more inclusive institute forum. We are able to host all of our partners in this huge ballroom style party, and On Location, who's one of our partners as well, is able to host fans in there for hospitality. They'll be able to view into the theater from their hospitality area. So we've never been able to truly achieve that in the same way. So that's been really neat for this year. And as I had mentioned previously, so excited that fans and the experience can just flow right over and be able to see. And we haven't really had that kind of an experience since Philadelphia would be the closest, but this is much more open. So it's really an opportunity for experience and the theater to all be together, which is really cool.
Is there a setup in place for maybe some of the draft prospects that do get drafted in the first round that are maybe on Zoom, or is there a way to bring them into this experience that aren't here?
Yes. So we actually will have a whole group of prospects that aren't going to be in town that will be still engaged with the event, that will be in their homes. Similar to what we were forced into a couple of years ago. That legacy has lived on. We did it to certainly an extent last year when we were in Cleveland, and that element will certainly also be in place, where you're going to see even more players and their reactions and their moments with their friends and family from their homes, in addition to the live players that will be here. So.
How do you accommodate that here?
Last one.
How do you accommodate that here? Will there be on the screen or things like that for those
Yeah,
players?
there's a variety of different ways.
Okay.
So obviously the broadcast networks will definitely be taking a lot of those moments. We will certainly use the screens to show a lot of those elements as well.
How many fans are you expecting here? Do you have a number yet? Nashville was 600,000.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard to say what our numbers will be. I mean, you never know from year to year and event to event. I mean, I think that we are prepared to accommodate as many fans that want to be a part of this event as we can. And again, the event hours are so long, I mean, by design, from noon to 8, Monday, basically on Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday, we're going to be a similar time frame that we feel that we're going to get pretty significant crowds that are going to be a part of this event. Exact numbers are really hard to say, until we see how everything goes. But we feel pretty confident that the way we've designed this, with over 1 million square feet of space, that we're going to have plenty of folks that are going to come down and be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are going to wrap here. If you have any final questions for Eric or Heather on the side, you're welcome to come into this general space behind seating and grab some.
Okay. Heck of a setup, isn't it, folks? Woo. Boy, oh boy. I'm excited. This is going to be quite interesting. Let's take a look at this. See that?
Yeah, it won't. I think
This is really something else. I don't know. I'm curious as to when they settled on this site. That's the question I want to ask. I want to know when they settled on this site. This is really something else. See if I can tweet this out in a second.
As for that team, with fans from that team. So it's a really cool.
How are those fans like?
By the teams.
Oh, direct.
The teams select the fans that come here to represent them, and it's great because you see the Packers fans with their little cheese heads on, and you see the Steelers waving their terrible towels, and you see the New Orleans fans with their beads around their necks. So it's
Fantastic.
it's a lot of fun.
Hey, in all the history of doing this, what event was the most surprising as popularity to you? Because I remember when we first did this, and it was Chicago,
Correct.
right? And we did it twice.
Yes.
People wanted to see the rings. I thought, holy cow, they're lining up for the rings. That and Robbie Gold, but, right?
Yes.
What say you?
Well, I think it's just the thing that I guess I would say just in general that I love about the fact that we started taking this on the road after being in New York for 50 years. Behind closed doors, mind you, even though it was Radio City, huge theater, is that we were able to pull the curtain back and open it up to all these fans. The event, I mean, we all know, it started as in a boardroom,
right.
Behind closed doors in 1936, no cameras, no anything. And it was just like, these are all the guys that were selected. ESPN, pushed in to show that process, and the fans have really taken this to a whole other level. I mean, did we have the expectations that thousands of fans were going to show up in Chicago the first year we did it? We didn't know.
How about Nashville? You took over, I think, 32 city blocks?
It took
One
over-
arrest.
It was a significant number of blocks. I don't remember offhand, but we did
I can't,
have
32 because Peter told me.
It was a significant number, but we had, certainly hundreds of thousands of fans that year in Nashville.
Yeah, it was something. I'm sorry, go ahead.
How long have you been?
This is my 23rd draft.
So you're talking about kind of the process of the draft, but for you, from where it started to now,
Yes.
could you ever imagine it would be this?
No, not at all. So my first draft was at the theater at Madison Square Garden. We had only ESPN covered it the year that first year, and it was maybe 4,000 fans, which was a significant number of people within the building. Maybe it was even less than that. And I never, imagined, that we could do it to this level. But that's when we went to Philadelphia. We said this is the right place for it. And then the fans came out.
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
And then then it's been like that ever since. So I could have never fathomed this, But it's what's so fun about this event. You know, it's like we wouldn't be doing it if the fans didn't come, right? And they weren't a part of it. That's why it's the fans' event. And I know that may be, you know, hokey to say or whatever. That doesn't, but it's truly their event, because we wouldn't be doing this and continue to grow and build it to, you know, the extravagant level that we do if the fans didn't come and didn't want to be a part of this from city to city. And it's so fun as we do move it around from place to place to just see, you know, the fans' engagement and just what it's like. I mean, the one constant, of course, is they all boo the commissioner with tremendous passion wherever we go. But it is pretty amazing to see the unique way that it's set up from place to place. I certainly could have ever imagined.
Hey, about how far out do you start working with Public Works, you know, to deal with the traffic and?
It's at least 2.5 years out. When we first, you know, identify where, and then we're starting to work on a constant basis with all the local entities.
Do you model it out? I'm sorry.
2017.
Yeah.
When the Raiders had been announced by then.
Correct.
You
Correct.
had to have a team for this to happen. That's conditional.
No.
I wouldn't say it's conditional. No, but it's certainly.
I buttonholed Peter about this. I said, Peter, can Oakland bid for the NFL draft anyway? And he goes, yes. I have that on video.
Exactly. So it isn't necessarily a prerequisite at all for it to be. We certainly want to bring it to the fans and the markets without question, but we're not limited by that.
It had to do with Las Vegas having a demon.
Potentially, yes. Exactly.
When you were scouting, did you scout from Las Vegas and from the street experience and from Las Vegas?
We did.
And what was the recruiting?
I mean, there's a lot of places we go. I'll be honest, there's one option. Here, there are many. So it wasn't easy to try to figure out where it made the most sense to do it. We certainly looked at Fremont Street and we loved, you know, just the atmosphere, the look and the feel of it for sure, and the LED, everything that's there. We just felt that this space gave us the most flexibility because of the additional elements that are a part of it beyond the field. So when you start talking about the experience, when you start talking about red carpet and all those other elements, this one connected best together to allow us to.
You want to be in the heart of the strip, because that's where you are here.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we certainly, that was definitely a factor that we wanted to be, you know, right in the middle of things, ideally. But, you know, you never know, you know, if there was a better option that we felt gave us the ability to accommodate the fans in the right ways, that maybe was a little bit away from the heart, we would certainly consider it as well. But we felt that this footprint gave us the best of both worlds.
How do you work with the local governments in trying to accommodate this event at this location? Because for Wingo, this is the busiest intersection in our market.
Yes.
It'll be closed from,
Yes.
I think the sign out there said like Wednesday night to be closed.
Yes and no, we're reopening it overnight.
Okay.
So each night we're going to reopen after the post-event, so in the overnight hours, so that all of the hotel properties could get in fresh linens, new food.
What time will the roads be closed? Open at
Roughly, you know, we're saying 2 a.m., but it's probably going to be earlier than that. It's probably be midnight, something like that.
and so and it'll be closed when
6,
so about 12.
give or take. Yeah. But they'll reopen to allow all the deliveries and all of that, you know, to allow them to catch their breath and replenish for the next day.
Who talks to the people in the park? You're in a residential area.
We are, but those streets are open. So Koval isn't closed. So those are definitely open. So yeah, I mean, we've had conversations with many groups. We've worked very closely with the LVCVA and Clark County, you know, the commissioners, and we've met with those groups, among many others, Caesars, AGM, you know, so on and so forth.
This structure actually backs up close to Koval.
It does. We're still within the lot.
The sound will go over the top.
Yes, well, it does all travel this way.
Do you have any back in the house action?
No, that's just
Strictly broadcast tech and stuff.
exactly right.
Hey, what's the timetable for takedown?
Well, it always comes down quicker than it goes up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So we've been here. Since
Except in
April.
Chicago.
Well, that's weather did slow us
Yeah,
down
the
a
weather.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had a
assuming-
front row seat for that one. Oh.
So assuming all things are equal, we feel pretty well. I mean, we'll be here probably 10 days, 2 weeks post, all in to just get everything completely buttoned up and out. But we'll start disappearing pretty quickly. I mean, right after the Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to start breaking things down.
And next we're going to sense at Kansas City, right?
Correct.
Are you ready for that now? Or is
We
that still
have a
negotiations?
we have a sense of things. But
Hey
we
guys,
just-
watch your back there. There's
Guys.
guys.
Watch behind
Guys.
us. Yeah, we have a sense of things, but still more work to come.
Okay. Hey man. Cool.
What
Hey,
sort of
John?
budget did you have in putting this together?
It's significant.
Isn't it?
I mean, I can't get
It was
into
in
the
April. Did we meet in
specifics on it, but
NFL owners meeting?
you can
in,
just imagine by looking at
Phoenix?
it. It's certainly
No,
not,
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Right, I need your stuff. Hey, wait a minute.
Has it
I was
escalated
here.
any
I read
less
this
than
guy's stuff.
What's up?
How you doing?
Welcome to Vegas.
Welcome to hey again. So what do you think about this? You're dyed in the wool.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I think it's impressive to be working and living in Las Vegas and talking about the NFL draft being held here when it wasn't so long ago that the NFL wouldn't even take commercials about Las Vegas during the Super Bowl. You know? We were not welcomed that way. So we've come a long way. The league and the city have, and we have a team. We have them here. It's a great relationship between powerful brands, Las Vegas and the NFL are powerful brands. The Raiders are a powerful brand as well, and we know how to put it on here.
Yeah.
And the league likes that. So far, so good. You know.
Basketball. What you guys gonna get? I say because I've been contrary to as popular belief among some. I've always loved Las Vegas. When you basketball, pro basketball, you know.
I think we'll get the NBA here. It's just a matter of time. The key thing to remember is that our affiliation with major leagues started with the Golden Knights, the NHL. When the NHL moved to Las Vegas, it turned a lot of opinions around about Las Vegas, including the NBA and the NFL. I think it's just a matter of time of when they want to expand and how and in what region. In principle, I think the league wants it here and Las Vegas wants it here. We have people who are, Shaquille O'Neal, I talked to him about this recently. He has a home in Las Vegas. He's here. He wants it to happen. It's just a matter of where and when.
No, let's trade notes on baseball because I follow Howard Terminal and the mayor is my god sister.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes she makes some statements that she shouldn't be making, Libby. But from your
I want Libby to
standpoint,
visit Las Vegas.
yeah, Libby, you got to come to Las Vegas, okay? What, from your perspective, where's the whole thing with baseball?
I think baseball is interesting because there's no appetite for public money for a Major League Baseball team in our area right now, and that's important because public money did go to the Raiders, and was important in the financing of the stadium.
Yep.
And without that, I don't know if that will really come to fruition. If we're going to have enough private investors who want to be involved in it.
By
I don't.
contrast, we have a base of 1.6 billion in subsidy, depending on the rate of growth of assessed value for Howard Terminal.
Yeah,
So,
it remains to be seen. It's a less likely scenario than probably the Raiders were, but you never know. There are a lot of resources and a lot of land around here, and a lot of people who want that to happen. So never sell us short, never rule it out. But the public money thing is where this is hung up right now.
Hey, tell them how to catch you.
At Johnny Katz, JohnnyKats.
Catch
on
this
Twitter.
guy. Catch
and
this
the
guy.
Review Journal website. The column's called Katz.
You got it, man.
We working it here in Vegas.
You got it. Hey, you got
It's
it,
not
man.
just a party, folks.
That's right. Thanks. Yeah.
You're going around. Welcome to Las Vegas. In the sense of just, but there's nothing more unique than that. But you will see right now there's an LED board that comes down, so you don't see through. That's how we get the band equipment out. So there's an LED board that will cover that. And then we're able to project different imagery in the rings. So you'll see team marks, you'll see the year, you'll see other things that will go in those spaces. And the rings will change colors based on what teams are.
Who did the artwork for that? That's gorgeous.
You're saying all of the
Cards and all that stuff.
Our
Yeah.
NFL creative team.
Nice.
It's very cool. And if you watch each of the cards, they animate. So as you're seeing, you can see like the Vikings guy is moving.
Yeah.
So as they flip around, each one of them, you'll see the Seahawk in a second.
I think that's a Chiefs guy. I think he's giving us the finger. See that? Jeez, my lord.
I don't have any questions.
Oh, great to meet you in person.
Yeah, I just want to meet you in person. I want to say I really appreciate you taking me on Friday.
Absolutely. It's nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's really all I have to say. But how's everything going so far?
So far, so good. You know, we can't complain. We're excited to be here. Excited to bring this thing to life.
That's just what your ass out here, aren't you?
It's a little bit. Not gonna lie. But listen, it's better than the alternative. I'll always take the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for your time. You really speak very eloquently about this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So, folks, this is quite and hey, quite an event. Wait, you're Alan, right?
Yeah.
This has got a great blog. Las Vegas Sports. Alan Snell.
LVSportsbiz.com.
Yeah, let's get him in the light. You got to
Okay.
know this, folks. This guy is another Mr. Las Vegas. Hey, so what do you think about the draft being here?
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, it was interesting to hear the representative talk about how they get to keep the brand relevant during a time after the Super Bowl when things are kind of quiet. 2 months after the Super Bowl, here they are in Las Vegas having whatever, 500,000 people or whatever they have here to just keep the NFL shield out there, you know?
Yeah, you've done a great job, man. And basketball. You get basketball here.
NBA will come one day. You probably heard we actually did a big story on the Oakview Group wanting to
Yes, I did
build
hear
a
that.
20,000 seat arena about a mile or two south of the Strip in an area that's actually the land's quite vacant. So it's also what's interesting about that site. Not only is there a 20,000 seat arena planned, in the property adjacent to it, there's been talk of maybe a soccer stadium for Major League Soccer being built right next to it. Because that land is also vacant, so that would be that would add a little synergy.
Who's going to finance that from the private side?
Well, I think the I think Oakview Group. I think they're looking around, and I think they'd like to get the whole. It's part of a broader hotel casino project of $3 billion, and I think the arena itself would be $1 billion. So I'm sure. Those folks are hunting for private investors.
Yeah,
there has
yeah.
been no talk of any public money going into that project.
And baseball. Let's trade notes. Howard Terminal has its complications bureaucratically. John was saying that there's no appetite for public money here.
Right now, to me, the Athletics can talk all they want about coming to Las Vegas, but right now there's no public money that's been earmarked or designated for a baseball park. And quite frankly, this market is tapped out for giving public subsidies to major league teams to build billion-dollar facilities. So at this point, right now, there might be some other perks that Clark County or the state of Nevada might throw in there, but as of right now, to me, I just think I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid that the Oakland Athletics are moving to Las Vegas. I know everyone's kind of hyper about that, but I'm not one of those
I only
people.
wanted it to happen because I felt like the city, first of all, we signed into law something called SB 293 Skinner, which gets tax increment financing to the project and the district, but it took 2 years for the city to negotiate with the county until Major League Baseball commissioner said, hey, what's going on here on March 31st last year? And then they started it.
Well, I got news. I saw the renderings of the Howard project. It looks like a fantastic
Oh, it's
ballpark.
beautiful. Yeah.
I would just say, Oakland Athletics, City of Oakland, just hammer this thing out and
Exactly.
just build it there.
Yeah.
It seems like the logical location. Las Vegas right now, honestly, we're a market of 2.3 million people and growing. Right now, we're, I think, around the 27th biggest metropolitan area in the United States. And quite frankly, I'm not sure that this market would be even big enough to support a major league team and its 81 home dates.
That's a lot of home
You
dates,
know, I
yeah.
think, when the
Yeah.
Yankees or the Dodgers or the Cubs come, I think they do really well in selling out a ballpark. But, when the Marlins or the Rays or some other, lower profile team shows up, I don't think, you'd have like big crowds. So right now, I think Las Vegas has enough on its table. There's a big Formula One race coming here on the Strip in November
exciting
around
stuff,
Thanksgiving
yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of juice going on in this market without Major League Baseball. And we also, by the way, have a arguably one of the most beautiful minor league baseball parks. It's AAA. In fact, the Athletics AAA affiliate
That's right.
play in
That's right.
suburban Summerlin, 12 miles to the west here, in a beautiful setting. It was a $150 million ballpark, gorgeous facility. So if you love baseball, you do have baseball. They're called the Las Vegas Aviators.
Yeah,
So,
and it is a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Hey, follow this man. Tell him where to follow you.
LVSportsBiz.com, where business meets sports in Las Vegas.
Thanks, man.
You bet.
All right, see ya. Hey, folks, we're going to tour around, but that closes this segment. Subscribe to Zenny62. Bookmark OaklandNewsNow.com.